much clearer. What up, Brody? Fix my hair. What's good, my guy? How you feeling? What's up, nephew? Hey, I'm here too, bro. Just got back in the A. Definitely gotta connect. Hmm? I'm so confused. Hey, bro, if you here, tap in with me after this. After you hit a live, tap in with me. Ah, okay. Negative two. Wait for some other folks to tap in. YouTube, what up? IG, what up? Happy Monday. Trying to make sure I got everything. I don't. You wait for a second. All right, I'm back. My sister, my pops, my moms. All right, my YouTube is up. We good. Whew. So you gotta drink water before you really get to talking. Especially when you're only one. The champagne victory lap. I think we're gonna have fun with this one. I feel like a lot of us are in this place. Um, shoot, I'm still in this place, even though even though I wrote the book. But you'll see why I'm still in this place because there's always work to be done. Get y'all a heads up. I jumped on my YouTube stream. Totally thought I paid it last week. It did not happen, so I had to scramble real quick in like 3 minutes. But we are here. We made it. Transparency moment. Sometimes at the last moment, things are looking like it's not about to work out, and then it just works out. I was telling my dad today at breakfast about Steph Curry in the Olympics and how for like what the 6, 7 games that they played, he showed up like at the last minute. Like Katie did his thing to like highlight, Ant and Boogie did his thing, LeBron did his thing, and everybody was just waiting for Steph to come in. But he was slumming like the first half, but that last quarter, when he hit like four threes in a row, magical at the last minute. Let's see. Like, share. Oh, snap. I know I can do like filters. Kind of like this filter. We're going to roll with this one. What up, my sister? Mellow Yellow. Jazzy. Yeah. Welcome, sunshine. We're going to start in like 4 minutes. How was y'all Thanksgiving? Actually, yeah. It is Monday. How was y'all Thanksgiving? Mine was good. Was in Florida with my parents. Uh, we had Mexican food for Thanksgiving, so I didn't get the ham. I didn't get the yams. I didn't get the collard greens. I didn't get the nice buttered rolls, but I did get the family time. I did get the love. I did get the relaxation, if you will. So I take it. Oh snap! I just realized I hit the mic. Put me on mute. I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me now? Put your thumbs up. Let me see. Is anybody on the YouTube? Not yet. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Put your thumbs up if you can hear me. Yay, nay. Okay, yes, cool. Okay. I was saying, how was y'all Thanksgiving? And I said how last week my Thanksgiving was good. I didn't get the turkey, the ham, the collard greens, uh, the buttered rolls, and all the good jazz that go with along with it. I had Mexican food, but even though I didn't get the food, I did get the family time with my parents. It was good love. It was hello Noah. Um, yeah, it was good love. Even though it was at a Mexican restaurant, had a California burrito. Had better, but we got through it. All right, 2 more minutes, and then we're gonna get started. Hopefully, my laptop don't die. I'm at like 58%. We should be all right though. Let's go with this. Okay. Well, welcome everyone to Monday Live. I forgot what Sis called it. What you call it, Keith? Monday motivation, something last week you said, but welcome to week 9. Wow. We've been at this for 9 weeks. And again, if you've been here since day one, I truly appreciate it. Much love and all the encouragement and prayers that you send my way per week. Today we are in chapter 8, which means we have one more chapter after this to complete the book, which is called Don't Take Your Shoes Off Yet, A Journey from Procrastination to Purpose. That's why we are here to dissect each chapter to get you guys involved, to get you interested in picking the book up, to cop it, share it, be blessed by it, catch your breakthroughs, get your blessings, all the all all the things, right? So today's chapter is called The Champagne Victory Life. If y'all can hear me, put a thumbs up. I just want to double check that y'all can hear me. Oh wow, my own thumb went up. Okay. It's kind of cool. Thumbs up, thumbs up. No thumbs up yet. Unless there's a delay. Last week I apologized to for those who was trying to come on live and I did not catch it. I don't know if there was a delay on my phone or I just didn't see it. So I apologize. My apologies. If there's space for you to jump on tonight, please do. If I missed you last week, but I was having this conversation with my Brody Drew, maybe like early this year, and just about life, where I was at. At that moment, I was like California living, uh, just following God's directions, pretty much, and kind of clueless of where I was going, but I just knew I was going to follow God's directions, right? And Drew said to me, he's like, "Man, you're down right now, but up is coming." I said, "What you mean?" He was like, "Well, you've been down before, and people probably didn't even know, but you also been up." I was like, "Yeah, I've been up," and he starts to go, along the storyline about how I was traveling so much. He said from like 2012 to like 2000 like 20. He was like, he said I had like a great stretch of life just living. Because I was partying, I was traveling. Um, I like to say I was living the dream. Let me say that. The things I was praying for, I was getting, living the dream. Uh, Changing countries like I was changing shoes and socks, you know. Loved it, but I realized at that moment after he said that, I was like, wow, I asked God for things, but I also took those things for granted. And I think we as as people, we do that a lot. We ask God for things and then we take it for granted, right? It's a it's a Kanye West song called excuse me. It's a Kanye West song that goes like this. It's called Can't Tell Me Nothing. But he has a verse in there. He says, I told God I'll be back in a second. Man is so hard not to act reckless. To whom much is given, much is tested. Get arrested, get guess until he get the message. I feel the pressure under more scrutiny. And what I do, act more stupidly. When I tell you, when Kanye came out with that song, I understood it so clear. Again, because we ask God for blessings, but once we receive them, we can just act a fool. And don't act like you never asked God for something and He blessed you with it, and then you just went crazy about it, right? Uh, Somebody asked me or told me like years ago, I was like, man, if God would have gave you $1 million when you were X, like this age or that age, you would have blew it. I said, yeah, you're right. And I think most of us would definitely blow $1 million if God gave it to us 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago. Because it's not about just the blessing. As I started to like really type all this out today, I realized it's not about the blessing. All right, it's the journey within. But to that $1 million, it's not about just the million. It's about the discipline. It's about the humility, the humbleness, the financial literacy, the commitment, the the boundaries that you have to set. So it's so much more than just, oh, God bless me. But we get comfortable in these spots that God blesses with. So I put God gives us access to something just to see how well we'll handle it, what we'll do with that very thing that we ask for. It's not just about the gift, but how we grow it and mature through it. The champagne victory is when we celebrate our win, pop a bottle of bubbly of your choice, if you do. My mom earlier said she does apple cider. I said we could do that too. For some of us, it's Ace of Spades. For some of us, it's Prosecco, your choice. But we popped the bubbly and we bask in the glory of our accomplishment. Like, yeah, God, here's this one thing I've done out of the thousand things that you got for me. And we get comfortable with that because it's like a little pat on the back, like we did our part. And it's like, no, you did a short version of what God asked you to do. But we get comfortable. Like I said, for me, I realized what I was asking God for, and I was not accepting it. I was taking it for granted. And I wrote this down. I was like, man, this kind of sticks out. I said, the victory is a moment and not a destination. What up, P? But yeah, the victory lap is a moment and not the destination. And it led me to my first point for tonight, which is blessings require responsibility. We want to write that down. I'll say it again slowly. Blessings require responsibility. Lost my notes. When we ask God for something, whether it's success, wealth, or opportunity, we often fail to recognize that with the great blessings comes great responsibility. Like I told you, like Kanye verse points out, to whom much is given, much is tested. We are often tested by how we handle what we've been given. It's easy to act reckless when things come easily, but true growth comes and happens when we learn to manage our blessings with discipline, humility, and wisdom. It's not just about receiving, but it's also about stewarding what we have in a way that honors God and sets us up for long term success. What up, YouTube? See a person jumped on, don't know who it is though. Um, yeah, it's it's that Ye song. I'm sorry if y'all missed. I'm gonna read it one more time. What Ye said. Kanye West said, "I told God I would be back in a second. Man, it's so hard not to act reckless. To whom much is given, much is tested. Get arrested. Guess until he gets the message. I feel the pressure under more scrutiny, and what I do, act more stupidly." And like I said, man, blessings require responsibility. Like, again, we've all been in a position where we asked God for something, He gave it to us, and we blew it. Job, relationship, car, opportunity of whatever that may be. We've all dropped the ball, but there's still love, there's still grace, there's still hope, there's still faith, there's still a purpose, there's still a destination and destiny. Excuse me. So don't feel so bad. Take the lesson, learn from it, grow from it, and keep it moving. Lesson number two, God's timing, help us, Lord, for sure. God's timing prepares us for more. That's point two. God's timing prepares us for more. Um, Sometimes God withholds certain blessings until we're spiritually, mentally, physically, or emotionally prepared for them. Um, if we were granted everything we wanted at once, we might just squander it due to a lack of preparation or maturity. Again, we've all been in position to where God blesses with something and we blew it because we was not ready for it. You know, we was as much as we was asking for, we was desperate for it, and we got it, and we just said, "Wow, it's like a Humpty Dumpty, just fell and cracked all this whole body up, right?" But this is why discipline, faith, and personal growth are so important. We are often given a season of testing to ensure that we can handle what's coming. The real victory lap comes not from immediate success, but from learning the lessons that prepares for greater responsibilities. Say that one more time. The real victory lap comes not from immediate success, but from learning the lessons that prepare us for greater responsibilities. So if we're going to go back to that $1 million conversation, if God bless you with $1 million whenever you ask for it, or just a large lump sum of money, and He gave it to you and you failed, it wasn't because, well, it was because you lack maturity. You lacked the things that mattered. You didn't set the boundaries. You wasn't smart or intelligent to know what to do with it. You didn't have a plan, you didn't have a vision. You just said, oh, here's the money, let's roll with it. We got and decided we didn't want to do the work. That's another thing. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, we see how large the responsibility is. I've been in positions where people have told me like, "Oh, you're afraid of the success," and it's like, no, it's not the success. It's not that. It was the responsibility. When you have something of this magnitude, at least, and of course, those who have a higher gifting and calling in their life, but when you get to this place of like writing a book, and God says, "Okay, hop online and dissect each chapter every week," you're like, "Huh? I don't know if I want to do that. Can I just drop the book? Can I just do that?" And he's like, "No." And I was running away from the work. I mean, the responsibility. The work. If you know me, I can work. That's nothing. But it's the responsibility. So now I just have to be careful what I say. Be careful what I do. There's a microscope. There's all these things that you start to put in your head, and it's just like, okay, whatever that is, we just got to do it because God has a blessing for you, and the more that we're not prepared for it to receive it, we're gonna miss out on it. Which leads me to the third point. The journey is ongoing. Don't settle for complacency. The champagne victory lap is a metaphor for celebrating a moment of success, but it shouldn't be the end of the road. In the context of faith and life, there's always more work to be done. Success is not about reaching a final destination, but about remaining in a state of continuous growth. When you realize that your journey isn't over, that there's more to do and more to learn, it should fuel you. It should fuel the drive to stay humble, and keep pushing forward. This is where the true fulfillment lies, not in the temporary highs, but in the long term work and dedication to keep moving forward. So the question is that thing that you're asking God for, again, if it's an opportunity, if it's a job, a career, a relationship, whatever it may be for your life. The question is, what are you willing to sacrifice? What work are you willing to put in? Somebody asked me once, it's like maybe a month ago, maybe a month and a half, it said, if you're on a treadmill, or yeah, you're on a treadmill, and they said, what are you willing to get off the treadmill for? And what are you willing to stay on the treadmill for? And I said, interesting. I said, I'm not getting off the treadmill for fame. I'm not getting off the treadmill from selling my soul, those type of ideologies, if you will. But I will get off to talk about God. I will get off the treadmill to um, help my people. I will get off the treadmill to love my family. I will get off the treadmill to be a better Jonathan that God has called me to be. So you have to choose what work that you're going to put in. Because if you don't, you're always going to miss the mark. And you're always going to be complacent in that space and you're never going to grow. How often do we challenge ourselves? Uh, I think everybody on here would say that they challenge themselves every day, but there's levels to that challenge because you're challenging yourself. It's a certain point that you get to. Like for me, at the time before I got into this book writing, I said, "All right, I'm gonna write this book." And I wrote this chapter. I mean, I wrote a chapter. Maybe I started writing a chapter. Let me say that. And I was like, okay, I'm good. Like I said, I'm good now, God. Now, what else? What else you want me to do? And it's like, okay, there's like 8 other chapters I need you to write. It's like, I don't know if I want to do that. So I had to put myself on a writing regimen. Or in this case, I started to actually record everything. But every day for, I think I did like an hour and a half a day. I put time into writing and to speaking into my voice memos to send to the publisher. So now I'm willing to do the work because now I have to realize the bigger plan and play that God has for not just my life, but those that are connected, as you guys are here, right? Sorry, trying to catch you, see what y'all saying. Get out of your head and follow God's directions. Amen. What are you willing to sacrifice? Okay, got you. All right. My closing statement today. At the end of the day, life is about more than just the blessings we receive. It's about how we handle them and what we become through the process. We ask for greatness, but God often waits for us to be ready, to grow in wisdom and character so that we can steward those blessings well. Success isn't a one time moment, it's a journey. And the real champagne victory lap comes from continuous growth, discipline, and staying grounded in purpose. So, yes, enjoy the brief celebration, do a little two step, do a little shimmy, but embrace the ongoing work that it keeps up moving forward, trusting that every step of the way, God is shaping us for something even greater ahead. Keep going, keep learning, and stay humble. Because if y'all haven't learned yet in your life, the best is yet to come. And that is the Champagne Victory Lap today. I'm like the only one clapping, but I just hear everybody else clapping with me. So put like a little hand clap in the an emoji. That little they do like this. I don't know, but yeah, uh, this was a good one today. I had fun writing this one. Um, I've been in the Champagne Victory Lap plenty of times in my life to where, matter of fact, transparency moment. I had a convo with my parents this morning at breakfast, and my dad says, uh, you've been saying for years it's your time or this is going to happen within this time, and I'm like, yeah, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And then I do some of the work, but then I see the responsibility that comes with the work, and then I fall back, right? And so of course it looks like a inconsistency. It's not a complacent because I still work, try to get things moving, but when you realize it's God's timing, as I said in the second point, and not yours, everything changes. Once I realize this is something that God has asked me to do, and like I said, me, Jonathan Way Island Jr., I gave out my whole government. It's okay, because you know me. Jonathan would not come on live in this capacity weekly and showcase or dissect a chapter from his book. That's not what I would do. So I know this is a journey for something greater that is prepping me for something. Maybe it's to speak on a Harvard campus or a Yale campus or HBCU campus, or to be in front of a camera for TV. Who knows? But it's the journey. I posted something yesterday on my IG about large companies who started one way, but by the end of it, they became something else. But it's the journey. I think Lamborghini, they said, was started off as a tractor company, and now Lamborghini is one of the highest. I think it was the highest selling car this year. First of all, if everybody is, if Lamborghini is the highest car this year, they got cop. I mean, there's people who's making crazy money this year. Um, but yeah, it's not just the instant. Hey, here's the blessing. It's what to do with the blessing, steward the blessing to the next phase of what God has for you. And the more you do that, the more things will be revealed. And it's the stepping stone of maturity, it's the stepping stone of growth. I call it the maturation of Jonathan, because if you see me from day one in chapter one, excuse me, not chapter one, week one to now, you see the growth. You see, even for myself, I get excited. 2 weeks ago, almost had like a little discouragement, but we bounced back. But we came through. We came through. But y'all know how we do. If there's anybody who wants to jump online right now and share what you learned today, what you heard today, again, it's not about me. It's about the people that's listening. It's for yourself. And it could be for me too, actually, because it could be confirmation for what you say to me. But number one, blessings come with responsibility. Two, look, forget my own titles. Two, God's timing prepares us for more. And three, the journey is ongoing. Don't settle for complacency. So yeah, the floor is open. If you would like to jump on here and give a 2, 3 minute spiel about what you heard tonight, I will take my time today. I will not rush, because again, I got cursed out last week because people were trying to get on and I missed it. I didn't see it. I apologize once again. So I will give that opportunity today. For anybody who wants to jump on, send me a a request and I will accept it. Transparency is good. In my downtime, until somebody wants to come on my downtime, I look at other podcasters and interviewers and all the things, right? IG lives. I'm like, man, how they having so many people follow them? And you realize it's just the transparency. You have to give. Not, I'm not giving y'all all my life, but I'm giving you parts of me that are still like, ooh, do I want to talk about this? But you talk about it. And who knows, later on the journey may say, all right, now talk about the other parts that you did not talk on live, or write in your next book, or write a movie about it, or do a TV show about it. But again, who knows what the journey ends with? But I will say the journey is worth every step, every learning lesson, sitting still, being patient, being real with yourself. Bump everybody else. Be real with yourself. I've been watching a lot of people online. YouTube's just getting exposed out here. Uh, yeah, just be real with yourself. Stand on who you are. That's it. Again, if there's anybody want to jump on, I'll give it a little bit more time. Let me scroll down, make sure I ain't missing nobody to jump in here. Okay, nobody. Discipline is key. Come on, yes, speak. The responsibility of completing a task from start to finish is heavy. Mm. The responsibility of completing a task from start to finish is heavy. I agree and I disagree. I agree if it's like a work thing. It's like, okay, yeah, boss gave you something to do. All right, cool, let's get it. We out. But when you're talking about God's work, that's when it's like you run from it. It's like, what you want me to do with this? That's when it becomes heavy because you don't know where it's going to go. I think with work in like a 9 to 5 setting, or even like an entrepreneurial setting at times, you kind of can get a glimpse of where it can go. But with God, is like you have no idea. Like He just put you right in the middle of a jungle, pitch black, and said, "Find your way." But I'll send you little things along the way to keep you good. Oh, here's some food. Here's some berries and strawberries. Here's some here's some wood. Oh, you cold? Here's some fire. Go ahead, get you right. Oh, here's some wood that started fire. Excuse me. But yeah, followers will come in God's timing. I'm not even worried about the followers. It was more about what were they doing to get the followers, right? So I guess in a way, but I was paying attention to the transparency. That was the conclusion. Everybody I was watching, they were very transparent about their life, about where they were. Always said, man, if Instagram or social media showed exactly where we are versus what we post, a lot of us will probably stop posting because there would be a lot of exposing going on. And it's just like, hey, be real with yourself. That's it. Just be real with yourself. What if what if we all just came with like a movie trailer when you meet somebody? Like the first you see their past, a lot of their present and the glimpse of their future, and you're like, I'm good. Lesson one, blessings. Yeah, anyone want to jump on? Don't be afraid, because I definitely will request you. Who in here? Who's available? Absolutely not. That's what I'm saying, right? No one would literally post on Instagram or social media anymore if it was a light on all of our lives. What other responsibilities has God given you along with your book? Ooh, consistency, um, and discipline, boundaries. Those are very key to all of this. Um, Bedtime, rest, course, I've been moving so much, so I haven't really worked out, but that's changing. I'm on day 2, by the way. Haven't had any sweets. Y'all been paying attention to my December fast. But yeah, consistency. Every week to come on here on Mondays and post and comment and do research and learn things, other things to stay current and stay up to date with what's going on within the tech world to make sure I'm in line of what's going on and that it's a clear vision of what God is asking of me. Like I said, boundaries, making sure I'm in bed by a certain time, even though my sleeping pattern has been off, thanks to my parents. It's all good though. But I'll take it. What I say, discipline or commitment. You got to really commit to this. It's not, like I said, it's not a one time success, it's a journey. So if you just stop one time, it's like, what did you really accomplish? It's like that when it used to be back in school, you got a gold star. Cool. You got your gold star today, but what about tomorrow? What about Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and the rest of the year? Musically, they say you are only good as your last hit. So if you had a hit song last year or this year, the question is, what work are you putting to make another hit song, or are you just satisfied with that one hit song? That's why you would get one hit wonders. Of course, it's a different combo, my conspiracy theories. But you got one hit wonders, and you got other people who produce like a Michael Jackson, just hit after hit after hit after hit. Shout rest in peace and shout out to Quincy Jones. He's another hit after hit after hit after hit. But in this book, I believe it's going to be a hit after hit after hit. But it's starting with this, it's starting with the discipline, it's starting with the breaking through the fear. It's starting with the conversations. It's starting with the boundaries. When that leads to January when the book releases. Now, what's next? Platforms, more interviews, more podcast things. Who knows? A distribution deal could be on its way. Anything can happen. If no one wants to jump on, I'm cool with asking questions. That's a good question, mother. Oh, we got a request. I finally see one. All right. Let's see if it works. I don't know why every time I'm on live, like it just gets like mucus. Like, ugh.
Hello.
Are you happy to be here?
I'm happy.
Oh, now you look happy to be here. Okay, we here for it.
I'm happy.
Okay, you didn't look
I'm
happy at
happy and
first.
sleepy. I'm happy and
You
sleepy.
did not look happy at first. What's going on? How
um,
you feeling? What you hear?
all right. So this is a, a very good conversation. One of the things I was thinking about when you were sharing was your point one, blessings come with responsibility. As far as like I feel like I'm a person who has a lot of responsibility,
Okay.
right? And I've had a lot of responsibility for a long time. And sometimes you get tired of being responsible, right? And I think one of the points that you made was like, with the blessing of having a book or being on a platform or whatever, people begin to look at you and expect certain things of you. And I was having this conversation with somebody who was going into ministry recently, and I was just sharing with them, that sometimes you feel like you want to say whatever you want to say, but when you get to a certain level and you get a certain level of responsibility, that's not a good thing. You can't always say what you want to say.
Sure can't.
Not amongst all people,
Right.
right? Like you can say it in closed company, but not just like out loud.
Mm-hmm.
And so my question for you, or something to consider, I think, is when you've been responsible for a long time, like what are some things that you can put in place in order to um, not want to recall? Because that's my issue, right? I always want to recall. Like, I'm tired. I don't want to be responsible no more. Y'all got it. Yeah, you already know.
Right.
I'm done being responsible. And so, just I think the conversation has to be, what are things that we can put in place that will help us to not go back? after we have taken responsibility and after we have been put in the forefront or either have accepted the challenge to be in the forefront. Like, what can we do to not want to go back and hide?
I would say the very first thing is be careful what you pray for. Because that's literally part of responsibility is there in the first place, right? Is what we pray for. Uh,
Or sometimes we didn't pray for it. We just happened, like we
so
were
so
chosen for an
so
assignment.
so to the second point, or where I'm going is even if we didn't pray for it, it's still aligned with what God has for you, which is the journey that I was speaking about. So rest for sure, but set your boundaries because there's no way you can get off the path. Like you're on it regardless. Now you can take your break. You can you don't have to recoil, but you can take your break, take a day off, take a week off, but you got to get right back on the road because this is a part of what your purpose is. So you really can't even run from it. As much as I tried to for so many years, eventually you get here, it's like, I'm here now. And you just accept it. But also, as I stated earlier too, my father, I think I told you this before, is don't push in places that you don't need to be pushing in. Pushing in places that you're activated. I think we push in places that tires us out on a natural state, but we're talking in the blessings of what God has given us for the purpose. That activation you can push all day. I don't think you can really get tired of that. I don't think you can get really tired of passion. Like you're a mother, correct? I don't think you ever get tired of being a mother. You may get tired of some things,
Right.
but you'll never get tired of being a mother. So I think it's the same thing as stewarding a gift. You'll never get tired of ministering. You'll never get tired of singing, because that's what you do. It's in you.
Right.
I'm a motivator. As much as I be tired, y'all know this. I tell you, Jonathan saying something versus God saying it's two different conversations. Because if I'm saying it, I'm quiet. But if God's saying, "Hey, say this," I'm gonna say it. So even when I don't want to motivate, I'm still going to motivate because that's just what I do. I can't escape it. So I don't think there is really a guideline. It's just take your rest, take a nap, drink that water, make sure your body right, eat properly, and get right back into it. That's it.
I think rest is important, and I know, and you're absolutely right, right? So I'm not going to be tired of the things that I do. I'm not going to recoil from who God has called me to be. I think more so, I was thinking about like the responsibility of it all, like the expectation of others, right? That you show up a particular way. Like, so for instance, with you, you're a motivator. So there are days I know where you just don't feel like and you don't want to be bothered, right? And so, but the expectation is there that you would be on at all times. And so that's kind of, I just think it's a conversation because
But who
nobody
are,
can be on all the time,
I think the question,
right?
I think it narrows down to who are we on for? Like I think when God activates us in certain rooms, I think some people naturally the gift is what it is. Like you just it works for them naturally and it works for them spiritually, right? Where some people like take a prophetic, right? A prophetess, a prophet. There's going to be some natural things that they can just every blue moon, right? But when they're activated, it's activation. But when they're not on, they're not on. So I think it's based on where you're being activated at. And I think sometimes egotistically, sometimes honestly, and arrogance allows the natural side to showcase, well, I can do this too, right? I'm gifted in this on both sides. So I can motivate you because I can. I can do this with my eyes closed, right? But it's like, I don't need to do that because that's not what I was called to do today. I just called to come in this room, relax. If the Holy Spirit says motivate, talk, okay. If not, I'm quiet. Now, if you push beyond what God's already telling you in that room, that's on you at this moment. That ain't about God no more. That's ego kicking in. That's how I look
And
at
are
it.
you comfortable to communicate that with people? Like if they're like, "Come on, you're a motivator. Come on, you need to be doing something. Come on," then you're okay with
Very,
communicating, "Hey,
very much so. But
I,
like,
God has not called me to say nothing in this space.
for
All
sure,
right,
I've communicated plenty of times to people on this live and in life because it's like, no, not today. It's It's not the time. It's just not the time. I used to. I had this apartment here in Georgia, and people would come over. Even in Maryland, people want to like come over. Sometimes you gotta be like, nah, not today. I'm just not in a. I'm not in a space, and it's okay. As we said last week, it's okay to say nah. It's okay to say no. Who's hurting? They won't be hurting. If they hurting, God is there. God will put somebody else. Like it's
Amen. Amen.
we don't have to save. We can't save everybody. We're not going to save everybody. So I think about that. I can't. I'm only going to be activated in places that I know God has activated me to be. So anything beyond that is just it's on you. It's your natural state. It's not your spiritual state.
I agree. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate you. I
Do,
don't see an X to get off though. I heard you tell people
you
that.
know what? I've learned to do this. Hold on. I learned to do
Okay.
this. I can remove you myself. It's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for jumping on. Check me out. I've actually learned to remove people on my own. Don't even have to get y'all to hit the X. That was good. That was a good conversation. We still got some time. If anybody wants to jump on and speak, say what they heard. I haven't jumped on YouTube. See if anybody over there. Nope. Okay, we good. Yeah. If anybody else want to jump on what you heard, any encouragement words, not just even for me, but for the people, tap in. If not, I will give it 5 minutes, and then we'll head out. And if you are just joining in, I did see a couple names joining. Hello, I wave to you. Today, of course, we're speaking about the Champagne Victory Lap. Point one was blessings require responsibility. Point two was God's timing prepares us for more. I'm sorry. And then three, the journey is ongoing. Don't settle for complacency. Take a lap for learning something new. Explain that. I mean, I see it, but explain it. See, now you gotta jump online and explain it. Can't just be writing stuff like that. But to the pointed life's uh, question, I really do believe, and we hear it's cliche to say when we're in under the cloth of Christ, is to be careful what you pray for. So if you have been praying for to do ministry, you've been praying to help God's people, you've been praying or you're writing down, manifesting, you're doing affirmations to be this great person that God can use to touch the people and help the people. That's not a small task. That's always going to be a big responsibility because there's a spiritual warfare going on. And I've said it's always loud, but it's I think this year has been the loudest, and I think it's about to get louder in the spiritual warfare between upstairs and downstairs, heaven and hell. Um, so if you're asking God to use you to be a blessing to his people and to the world, please understand that the responsibility will be huge. The rest will be there for you, but he'll open that door for you to rest. But you also have to set the boundaries of where to push and where not to push, where to be activated and where not to be activated. I think I'm learning that even for myself in this journey, even going to 2025, of not putting myself in positions that will drain me, but only uplift me. Only put me in places that I'm activated and just not, or just being there, right? So, yeah, please be careful what you pray for. Be very, very detailed in your prayers. But if you are asking God to use you to be a blessing for the kingdom and for his people, yeah, you can't hide from that. Like, the responsibility will be huge for sure. Take a lot for learning something new. What up, Cuzzo? Getting people off the call. Matter if I have a question for anybody, what are you willing, as I asked earlier, what are you willing, if you're on a treadmill or you're on this path, we're on this life right now, you're on your own path, What are you willing to get off your path for? And what are you not getting off the path for? Like I said earlier, I'm not getting off the path to sell my soul. I'm not getting off the path for fame. I'm not getting off the path for a lot of these ideologies that the world is like spinning around us right now. But I will get off the path to praise God. I will get off the path to talk about God, fight for the kingdom, fight for his people, fight for my people, our people. I will get off the path to better myself as a human. Um, yeah. Anybody else want to tap in on the call and tell me or tell us what you are willing to get off the path for and what you won't get off the path for? Because I think that's a very critical conversation to have with yourself. It will set the tone for, honestly, now, you're 2025. That part. I'm not getting off the path to mind someone else's business. Come on now. Because that part right there is what gets a lot of people in trouble, right? AKA America, but we're not going to talk about that. Yeah, that's a good one. Anybody else? What would you not get off the path for? Um, I would get off the path for social injustice. I would get off the path for my family. I would get off the path for music. I won't get off the path for uh, toxic behavior. I won't get off the path for uh, disruption. Now, I would get off the path for disruption in a good way, but not for the bad way. 8:52. All right. We're coming down to the wire. I won't get off the path to compromise my beliefs. Amen to that. That's a good one too. Minding someone else's business and compromising your beliefs is very critical to your life. Because if someone can move you away from your belief system, you might be doomed for a little second until somebody come and help you, until someone come help you, or you help yourself. But yeah, that's very vital. Shout out for you for that one. Anybody else? What won't you get off the path for? This month of December, as much as I want to so bad, going to the gas station last night on the road, I wanted to get off the path for some snacks, some junk food, and sweets, but I did not. And I was happy about it. I ended up getting fruit instead. I would not get off the path to pause my dreams and further someone else's. Ooh, come on now. Talk to me nice. I like that. I like what y'all not getting off the path for. Who else? Who else? What else? I've been struggling today with that one because hey, it's day two. We still got other days. I will get off of snacks. What's crazy about you? It's cool. Listen, it's so to the conversation. Responsibility, right? If my goal this month is to have a better body, a better diet, if you will, snacks have to be removed. The junk food kind. But yes, I can eat fruit. Fruit is just as good as a Snickers bar, a Reese's cup, and it's healthier. Watermelon, cantaloupe, pineapples, if you're not allergic, grapes, dragon fruit if you fancy, what else? Melons, blueberries, strawberries. They're actually good. It's a good midnight snack, and it will fill you up. You got peanuts from cashews, almonds, depending on your blood type. All those things matter, and they're good, and they're healthier snacks. So you can still have your snacks, but eat the right ones. That's it. For your body, for your brain, for your heart conditions, like for your livers, all that. You don't want to be on this path and you passing out because you eating too many snacks. I should up down. Is anybody else? If not, I'm gonna do my finalization of saying thank you all who tapped in today. Again, this is This is week 9, y'all. Next week is week 10. Will be the last chapter, which of course is "Don't Take Your Shoes Off Yet." I think that's gonna be a very fun one as well. After that, like I said, for the rest of the month of December, I will be hosting folks to come on and talk about their journey, their life through the chapters of the book. I won't get off the path to appease other people. Amen to that. That's beautiful. Um, so yeah, I will be doing that next couple of weeks. Um, in the next 2 weeks, after week 10, finally, finally, if not next week or the week after, one of the two, I will be putting up a link for pre-orders at the bottom of the screen, and you can go ahead and tap in and pre-order your "Don't Take Your Shoes Off Yet: A Journey from Procrastination to Purpose" book. And yeah, it's up from there. Like I said, I don't know what comes next. I'm gonna just show up and do my part, which I've been doing. And thank you all who've been with me from day one, popping up with me. To my parents, I appreciate you. I have not missed a call yet. If y'all did, I would probably cry. Just kidding. No, I'm not. Thank you all who've been sis. Thank you for being my secretary, if you will, my person to type everything out. Um, yeah, I'm grateful again. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for the love, the prayers. Um, if y'all see that I'm down, the words that you give me to bring me back up, I appreciate it. Thank you for the conversations. Thank y'all for jumping online. Thank you for your answers. I'm just grateful. I'm in a happy place. Again, I don't know what the next phase is, but I'm having a faith that it is going to work out in God's favor. It's going to work out in my favor. It's going to work out because God has given the vision. God has given the order. I've accepted it. I've been following it. And I believe anything in your life, you can do the exact same thing. If God is calling you to do something, fight the fear, push through it, do it anyway, get the nerves out. The more you do it, it'll be comfortable to you. Um, and yeah, next family book tour. Don't give them too much now. Come on. Don't give them too much. A pastor here, Joel, he always says, because of your yes, someone else is going to be blessed. So, because of your yes and whatever it is that God is telling you, if it's a book, if it's a ministry, if it's a conference, if it's an album, if it's a clothing brand, if it's uh, helping kids, if it's social work, if it's anything, whatever, if it's a movie script, when you say yes to what God has for you, yes, it's not going to look like it's working in your favor, but even the scripture says all things work uh, for what God has for you. So there's no failing in this. The more you show up, you can't fail. It's all just in His timing. Don't get discouraged. Love you guys. Peace. Oh, we gotta. Let's go. Love y'all.